Good afternoon. So, we are out at Reed's Furnace for a short adventure. Somebody has to work today. I know. So, we're going to do a smaller one. We're usually on the other side of the creek down there. We're pretty high up. Like, what'd you say, 200 feet? About. It's interesting. Let's see the pipes there. Oil tank on up further. So by the oil tank is supposedly haunted. Some geocachers have some stories. Where we're going is also considered haunted. They came across a bridge that is actually not going all the way across anymore. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's there anymore. The bridge was called, oh, I can't even say the name, YouTube or TikTok, don't matter. They'll kind of, it was known as the bridge where people went to end, unalive themselves, unfortunately. It's very sad. Also, oh, the little girl with the train, yeah. She's the one that was most often seen, actually. And right by there was once upon a time an old mill, and then there was some sort of furnace. Look at that. That is way down there. Way down there. And apparently, apparently somebody lost part of their car. Yep. We didn't drive down. We're walking down. But anyway, so what was that? That was 1800s? Early 1900s. Early 1900s when it burned. So apparently when it burned, back in those days there was a lot of child labor. And when it burned, I guess it was full of kids working. And unfortunately, almost all of them perished. So that area is considered extremely haunted. This is very local to us. We have been on the other side of the creek over there, all up and down there, for quite a number of years. And this is our first time coming down this way. So, we first started coming to this area. We were riding our horses. And just about every time, something would go wrong. I think the one time we were out here, my horse, not the one I was riding, but I'd lent one to a friend, ended up out of the blue. Nothing happened. Just started limping. We ended up walking out. This is a huge area. Huge game lands. But then we brought our bikes down a couple times. And every time, one of the bikes would break. Cody was down here on one of his brand new ones. Had just gotten it. Not electric, just a regular bike. And yeah. It just like kind of broke in half. Well, look at that. Interesting. I'll check that out in a minute. And then a lot of other stories of people when they come here. They have car troubles. They see ghosts. Like, Reed's Furnace is considered extremely haunted. I'm laughing about it. I probably shouldn't. There was a lot of mining that went on around here. A lot of it was sandstone, some limestone quarrying. Long ago. Like I said, this area's been utilized for a while. There's a ghost town. True ghost town, apparently. So we're going to go check out the mill and the furnace area. And not far from it, because we needed a quick one, there's a rumored long, like 1800s, there were some mines there. And it wasn't specified in the history I was reading. It wasn't specified if they were coal or iron. But I guess we'll find out. Alright. Made it down. Only fell once. No, kidding. And look at this, how pretty. So I'm torn. Climb down here first. And I know we have a destination. We're trying to stay focused, but it's hard. There's a rock formation on the hill above us. It really looks like it's got at least a very large shelter cave, if not a full-on cave. But look at that. Yeah, you can tell that's old. Should have just been filming the whole time I was walking. Okay, so we're following that road because the mill's down at the bottom of the hill. Trying to stay focused. But I kept passing, like, if you know the iron mining, you know the test pits. And there's a lot of test pits. And I'm finding a lot of hematite. And look at this. This is just a boulder waste rock pile. We just passed an area. It's very unnatural. So, the state game lands road goes that way, but we don't want to go that way. Like I said, trying not to get distracted. We want to go to that haunted mill / furnace. See, this would happen when we were on the other side. That was pre-YouTube days. So, while I've got photographs and videos from over there, I've never actually posted it anywhere. I'm going to have to go back through some of it. This is a very interesting area. I'm not even sure where my kid disappeared to. We keep leaving me off to go look at things. So even over there, like if you listen, it's very quiet here. You don't hear very many birds or anything. And even if you come in the summer, this is what it sounds like. Probably adds to its haunted vibe. Okay, so it's about 45 degrees. Not here. Right here it's like 30 degrees. So I picked up some more pipe. The other pipe broke up and over that hump, that dry wash. Picked up here, as you can see, and down. Looks like it broke off from up here. And I got a lot of cold air coming at me from right there. So I'm probably too low and need to get higher, but I want to check right at the base of that. Either that's an underground spring coming up, which is a possibility, or that was the entrance to a very old mine. Huh. Yeah, I see that. See that square edged? That's a cut stone right there. Glorious. Alright, I'm gonna go up there. Ooh, I'm getting a breeze from somewhere. I doubt it's anything I can go in today, but I'm getting a breeze, guys. That's always a good sign. Plus, isn't this pretty? Yeah, I think me and Cody are going to end up meeting soon because my trail was leading me up, following all the hints and clues. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a old cut stone lintel. And you can see it used to have stone lining it. You can see this nice carved out depression here. This is a mine drain. I know it's a drain. You can see some water coming out of it. But it looks like it's coming around on the sides. And as I make my way up these two creeks here, streams, trickles, my son calls, and he's got mines up there. So, and they're draining out water. Not sure we're going to be able to get in anything, but, and that water is cold. So, I think eventually, see this, I'm on this hump. I think eventually this mine drain's going to open. But for now, I gotta make my way up. Okay, so there's a nicely built beaver pond. Slightly sulfur smelling water. We're still trying to puzzle this out. Now it looks kind of like people have been here cutting down trees. Nope. That's all the beavers. I think there's a massive beaver pond up here too. If you're hunting for beavers, I'd have to say this is where you want to be. These guys have been busy in this waste pile here. It's very interesting. I'm sorry. Keep looking. There's another beaver dam here, but look at the, see the, what the, boy, these guys are fancy. The beavers have built this thing in levels. Jesus. Maybe these are AI beavers. Wait, tell me the beavers.
Yeah. Right in the middle of the trail.
Right in the middle of the trail. Yep, they sure are. Get that. Look at that big one. I want to go see that big one back there.
Yeah.
But
Either
it's,
try to get around this. That's doable.
how many beavers did it take to do this? This is crazy. More beaver. More. Yeah, there's that Pennsylvania orange. But why are they doing this? Because there's no, I haven't seen frogs. What the? This one, yeah, look, they used coal in their little building efforts. There's no life in these ponds. If they're like trying to catch fish. This is truly beavers run amok. Oh, is there tadpoles? Well, I guess they got hope of feeding themselves. Oh, I see.
How big they are.
And then there's...
Culvert.
Is it a culvert or is it running out of a mine?
Yeah, this comes out on the other end right here. But it looks like the beavers really did a number up here. But you see how this is like a...
Yeah. It's just...
Oh, smell that.
Yeah, oh yeah, I smelled the sulfur back there. Oh, that's a very strong sulfur. Holy.
Yeah, the water's getting dark.
Yeah.
You hear it? Or is it just my heart randomly pounding really fast?
No, what is that?
You hear it? Every once in a while. It's more frequent up here. You heard it though?
There's probably gas bubbling up from the ground.
You heard it. Did you?
I heard it,
Okay,
yes.
that was just my heart.
He's been telling me he can feel and hear a thumping under his feet. Yeah, that smell is really bad. There's probably beavers under our feet knocking on the roof going, "Get the hell out of here." Yep, I see that. Looks like there was a road going up there. Oh, hey, there's one of the beaver dens, I believe. That water's orange. Holy, look at this orange. Jeez. Oh, very Pennsylvania orange. Maybe we should just let the beavers take care of the mine water waste problem. The AMD. So this doesn't look like they did a very good job, but it looks slightly cleaner on the other side. How many dams did these beavers make? Look at this. This is insane. This is crazy. Okay, so still following the hints. It was too brushy to look for the mines above the beaver pond. But I think I found the source of one of my pipes. So in Venango County, the whole area was known for oil.
Yeah, this was a really old, you know the pump jacks we usually see?
Yeah, really old for oil. That's what I was saying.
This one, I think, is older.
Oh yeah,
Different style.
that is definitely old. Like they were, did you see the big pipe? Turn around.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think it's attached to anything.
But anyway, yeah. Like even the Indians used to collect oil. They would dig super deep pits in the ground and let the oil collect in it and skim off the top. They used it in medicines and for light, obviously. But yeah, they doing that for a couple thousand years. And up closer to Oil City, by those cabooses that just got popular for some reason. They've been there for decades, folks. But yeah, if you follow the bike trail up towards, now I can't think of that. It's past Oil City. There's a park dedicated to the oil history. Along the path, you'll see some rectangular shapes off to the side down by the river. Those were the old Indian oil wells. And now you know. Yeah. Okay, it turns out I was wrong. As soon as Cody hollered and said, "Hey, what's this?" And I came over and I looked. I was wrong. That was part of the mill. That you could tell that foundation was over there. This was the basement for the part of the mill that burned, where the unfortunate people passed, the young ones. This is it. Because they were in a sub-level, which they were calling a basement. I would have called it more of a sub-level of the mill when that happened. Now, this wasn't like a flour mill or any kind of mill like that. Like I said, there's furnaces and stuff. I'm not real sure what kind of mill it was. So, you see all kinds of pipes. We got all kinds of pipes going down here. I'm still trying to find out, and if I do, I will let you know. I'm going to take you to another rather creepy looking basement. And then there's something giant over in the woods over there. Gotta go check that out too. Okay. So you can see that was another old road. Coming up on another foundation here. For what? I'm not quite sure. Had to do with the mill though. You can see that pipe. And you can see where, well, you can't see it. I've walked past this already, but it runs down there and over and came. So this was the basement. Another basement to something. Probably had to do, I'm guessing, with some sort of, oh, there's a pipe, some sort of reservoir to supply power to the mill. Oh, bricks. These bricks have a name on them. So, yeah, this was definitely a mill, not the brick factory. Like, it's not quite clear where the brick factory was. I'd love to find out. Probably making this unnecessarily long. You can see the depression for that basement where the unfortunately it's perished, the young ones. And it's still going there. I'm walking along it. When we were standing down at the other end, we could see something big down here. And see my kids trying to get to it. The road got a little marshy. Oh, I have no idea. Alrighty, I will have something for you again in a moment, it seems. Just gotta make my way over to it. And what do we got here? Okay, I'm not even at the big thing we were aiming for. There's a lot more back here than I thought. We got another basement here, folks. And absolutely no way to tell if this was the big factory. Oh. Oh. Alrighty then. This is what we were aiming for. Shoot, look at that. Isn't that wild looking? Okay. Oh. What have we here? Wow. Oh. Wow. Oh. Alrighty then. Holy crap. Alright, we're on the other side of that. I went down and up that wall there. Probably not my brightest move. You can see those anchor points there. He says there's more. So I'm going to climb this little wall here. And we'll see what else we have. But I tell you what. Oh, yeah. Holy crap. Look at that wall. Wow. Yeah. So, when those ghost hunters did their thing, they did not do this place justice at all. Not at all. Look at that, because that keeps running back that way. We have this wall down here. That's running the whole way. I think there's a few people I know who are standing on a wall. This was huge. I think there's a few people I know. They're going to be interested in this. Okay, so I think that was a mill race. That deep, like, walled pit on the other side of the basement of the mill. I think that was the mill race. That would have been bringing the water in. I'm still standing on a wall. I'm coming down. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the mill race. I'm really glad we did come. Finally. Because I've only known about this place for freaking decades. This is pretty cool. So close to home. Looking over the wall. So, I'm wondering if they had that filled with water there. Because, there's Sandy Lake. Or Sandy Lake. Sandy Creek. Yeah. I think that was for water. Trying to see how they split it here. I think they directed the water over this way so that they could run it through the mill. Is this a dam? Are you standing on a dam? So, yeah, and to run it through the mill race. Like, how did we not even know there was a dam here once upon a time? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They built a whole ass dam.
Yeah. Keep going.
And now the creek, is there a part that's broken or?
I don't know. I think they built this to either divert water.
Well, yeah, to divert it down that mill race. That deeper shaft looking thing, that was the end of a mill race. So they diverted the water. Look at this.
You want to help out?
Yeah, let me turn off my... Johnstown could have taken some lesson from these dam builders. Okay, so jumped up that wall. We walked across the top of this dam. Pretty sure this is where... So see, they would have diverted. The creek should go straight through, but it doesn't. So they diverted the water around here. You can see there's probably some sort of arch. I don't know if they meant it to be a bridge, but it probably did act as a bridge. You can see the remains of it laying in the water. So this would have arched over to let the water keep flowing back down around till it got to its original path again. But they, I think ripples right there probably caused by some of the ruins. Yeah, so they built it, and this is big and still here. Still doing its job. Like, this part, this dam, no idea this was here. We knew the mill was here. Knew the furnaces were here. Knew the old oil tanks, which we have not gone to see them yet. We're down there. Did not know that the mill had constructed a dam. Really wild. And as we're walking around in these enormous ruins that are really quite impressive, we are wondering why there's not some sort of historical marker or something. People should know that this is back here. They should be told it's back here. It's game lands, so you're allowed back here. Why don't they take advantage of this history? I don't get it. But, yeah, look at that. He's going to jump back down. I still think that was the holding pond. Or whatever. Like I said, it wasn't a flour mill. Pretty sure it was a stone mill. Gotta do some more research. Look at all that cut stone down there. Yep. Time to get back on the road. Okay, so we just realized there is... You gotta come back. There's an absolute ton, hello, of slag here. Huh. A ton. As you can see, this is some interesting slag. Yeah. And of course the required animal skulls. Because always. But yeah. Ton of slag.